Are we live? Am I live? All right. Looks like it's working. Looks like it's working. Here, let me pump up the volume, pump up the comments, and pump down the picture of me. Oh my God, I look so small. Here, let me try to get closer with my little lap blanket on. And a bit, oh, there's my chapstick, my handy chapstick. All righty. So I wasn't sure, I'll be honest. I was cautiously optimistic that I would be able to show up this evening and do a YouTube live. Also, anybody showing up just in the chat, can you let me know if you can see and hear me? There we go. Carla, yeah, I am feeling not 100%, but I'm feeling better than I have in days. So I'm going to take that as a win. I have not felt, frankly, this shitty in decades. You know, the stomach bug will get you, will humble you like nobody's business. But I have been able to keep some food down. I almost felt some hunger earlier, which felt like a good thing to feel. And even right now, I feel like my voice is a little bit more healed than this morning. So yeah. You know what? All of us get sick at some point, and I have, as my husband lovingly calls me, a delicate flower. He was able to eat all sorts of things when we were on vacation, and I don't know what it was, but I got, as I said, yeah, I am feeling, again, not 100%. And that's why I don't know if you guys would have seen, Christine, nice to see you, and those little pups and your little icon. I'm only going to do our YouTube live for half an hour. This would be an hour. It's like half an hour around the clock today, because I'd rather kind of almost like when we talk about decluttering. It's like, oh, I want to do an hour, but I don't think I have the energy. So I'm going to chunk it down. Okay. So I'm chunking it down tonight. But I also thought it would be helpful for me to have the opportunity to just practice to see what this is like. Like, how am I feeling? Am I feeling different from yesterday? Well, definitely different from yesterday, but this morning, yep, chunking it down, Marietta, you got it. And I made that, and I'm proud of myself because you know what I forgot to do? I'll do it right now. We did do a TikTok live this morning, and I was just on not vacation. I was on autopilot. So my brain usually goes to alive equals an hour. That's just how it is. That's how it is. And you know who made that up? Is me. I'm the one who decided at some point that alive is an hour. And then as I was doing the TikTok live today, and I could sense my energy kind of waning, and you'll probably see it and hear it in the thing, is that I decided to cut it short because I realized that it was better for me and I wouldn't be providing quality interactions. But even this afternoon, I said, well, I still want to aim for, because I'll be honest with you, sometimes doing the evening YouTubes is kind of difficult for me because I'm an early bird. So even more so when I'm sick. But I thought, well, you know what I will do is I will make it more accessible to me and feel more doable. I think it was food poisoning. I mean, I was in, and this is so funny. So I'll just finish my thought. And Judy Jukes, I was talking to you as I interrupt myself in my ADHD way. So tonight will only be for a half an hour. And making that decision in advance made showing up tonight more doable, not being afraid of it being an hour. Yeah. Yep. And yay, Carla Jane. I'm glad, and the grace everybody has given me and the nice little notes they're sending and the comments, wonderful. So Judy Dukes is asking, was it food poisoning? Probably. I mean, as soon as I told my sister and my doctor, well, I was in Mexico, and then they're like, and I was like, but I was at like an all-inclusive resort. You'd think they'd wash the vegetables or something. Who knows what it was? Notice I'm drinking water. But the good news is that I'm getting my strength back. Um, I'm eating more food than I have in days, even though it's literally like Pepperidge Farm toast and bananas. I feel like a little kid. Um, but tonight gave me the opportunity to see, okay, how am I feeling? So here I am for you guys, with you guys. So I would love to hear what's been going on with you for the day. I can pretty much sum up my day. Okay. It's been sleeping, sipping water, taking anti-nausea medication, and catching up on scrolling on TikTok and catching up on All Creatures Great and Small on PBS. I will tell you, I don't know what it is, but around this time of year, even when I've gotten a cold and stuff, this is me hunkering down, catching up on an English period piece, masterpiece theater of whatever. That's how I got so into Downton Abbey back in the day. I was home from work and I had, just plopped myself on the couch and it felt better to just hit the feeder button and ignore it, you know? So yeah, Laura, I think I'm improving. I will be here for a half an hour. Already I'm noticing a little bit of tightness in my voice because my vocal cords haven't been used much, but kind of like the rest of the muscles in my body. But I will get practice. And yeah, and I feel better again, having chunked it down, feeling better, having water next to me. And I'm actually going to take this little thing out. So yeah, my day was kind of, I was doing step number one, which is making my physical body feel better. Because if it doesn't feel better, I'm not doing anything. I can't do anything if I'm feeling like ass. Okay. So I love seeing Carla Jane, see Jane run. I love it. In the comments again, it's been a while, my dear, and I love seeing the familiar names. And what a cool way! And also shout out to the people who were in the pen pal group and keeping in touch with each other. When I was away, I got CC'd on some of that, and it was awesome. So I hope you had a good day. I do. I just realized I'm going to download the live for today on TikTok so I can then upload it before I go to bed. Oh yeah, that was quite a while ago. There we go. And I love being able to give you guys an opportunity to connect with each other because it's not just about me, but sometimes when I show up, it's that kind of hub and spoke method. But yeah, so I hope things went well today. Anything you're struggling with, I can still help you with that, even though I'm a little bit goofy. And this is the other thing I'm doing too. And I think as I'm doing this, I think these are good lessons, is I just looked at my schedule for tomorrow. Now, my schedule for tomorrow, I made over a week ago. And my assumption in my schedule was that I would feel fine physically. And as soon as I'm not feeling well physically, what I realize is that I gotta rearrange that schedule. I gotta chunk that down as well. So I'm rescheduling some things. I'm canceling some appointments. And so notice that you may have an idea in your head of what you're going to do, but as the time comes, the situation may be different than you expected. I expected to come home from a vacation and just hop right back onto things. It obviously wasn't the case. So I am adjusting. It's kind of like I had the structure, but I'm also being flexible with my structure, So think about the things you can do, because if you try to push yourself, like I feel like this morning I had like a quarter tank of gas, and as I was going on, it was getting lower and lower. So I wanted to stop before I was kind of, running on fumes. So yeah, so say hello to your friends, and I would love to hear what you did today. As I said, I was laying in bed, watching PBS, which is my happy place, frankly, but I don't want to only be able to do that. But what did you do today? What did you do that you feel good about? Let's, we have 20 minutes together right now at this point, and I'm sick of talking about being sick, because the more you talk about something, the more real you make it. So we did that. Thank you for your concern. Let's practice kind of putting up the traffic cop hand to that. I love it. Carla Jane says, got my star ID this morning. Awesome. Very cool. I'm thinking that's kind of like your real ID, maybe, that we have up here in PA. So rock on. Laura Voorhees got my closet tamed this morning. Tamed like the lion tamer, and you've got a whip in one hand and a chair in the other. Huh? I love that. Or you're taming like a curly bit of hair. And I gotta say, I mean, apropos of nothing, I have not even looked in the mirror today, but this is really good looking bedhead, huh? Look at that. Maybe I'm supposed to live a life of leisure, right? So I love that. You got my closet tamed this morning. I chunked down my schedule both for today and tomorrow and this weekend. We were going to go away for the weekend and we were able to cancel those plans because nothing is fun when you feel crappy, right? So good stuff is happening with people, you know? And if you can't think of something off the top of your head, because not everything lives off the top of your head, it may be deeper. Give yourself a moment. Give yourself a moment to think about something good that happened today. And the cool thing is, if it hasn't happened yet, you still have time. Yeah. There we go. It's Charlie Jane. I love it. For the first time in a hot minute, I made my dump list for today. Good. Channeling our past workouts with your coaching. I too have been out of sorts, and it's great to have kind of a nice little structure to get back into. As I was speaking to you all right now, I realized that I had brought my good book with me on our trip. Luckily I wrote down the good things that happened, and then I totally forgot I even had it when I started getting sick. But I'm going to get that out of my to-go bag and bring it back up here. Um, there we go. There we go, Christine. I love it. I've been feeling very resistant. Notice resistance to continue decluttering my office because of decision making, and came up with a chunk it down next step. Awesome. I decided on donating several items and will take action this evening. So good. So good. It is so much easier to make decisions when you feel like you can they're less overwhelming, you know? Yay for you. Yay for you for feeling that resistance and knowing it and then doing something to lessen the resistance. It may not eliminate it, but it will totally lessen it. So good. Good, good. Oh, right. Sue, you're in Texas. Got some supplies for the ice storm coming. Don't have infrastructure or buildings for that. Yeah, probably won't make it here, but it felt good to get gas, cash, and a little groceries. Notice that feeling of I'm taking care of myself, kind of just in case. So wonderful. Yeah, I think we're supposed to get some more snow here. It's been crazy. Um, oh, Judy Dukes. Judy Dukes, she says, this evening I've been looking for my daughter's certificate of citizenship. I never thought I'd have to worry about her safety. And I can imagine that has taken an emotional toll on you and your family. So I hope you find it. I hope you find it. Um, uh, yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Um, yay, Barbara finally met a new to me primary care provider. Gonna take care of my health this year and every subsequent year. I know that's inferred. Yes, it is so good to start creating, I don't care how old you are, to start to build a team that is there to support you. No matter if it's your primary care or your OBGYN or your dentist or your skin doctor, having people that are going to help you take care of yourself will allow you to be around more. So yay for doing that. Yeah. Christine's backseat drivers have been feeling stuck. Interesting. Interesting. Yay. Yay. McDoug's nice to see you. Yep. Good to see you. So good stuff is happening. Scary shit's happening too. I'm not going to lie. It seems almost like a horrible, horrible TV show that you tend to watch. But I will offer, the more you practice getting out of scared and into I can do something, the more you will regain control over how you feel about stuff. I love it. Took a lot of steps. to complete the furnace install replacement, but yay, that's done. And who doesn't like to see a green box with a check mark in it? And it's funny because I'm left-handed, so my check boxes go that way. But I guess yours go this way, but then I guess it's the same idea. Okay. All right. There's some issues. Some people may be having issues with audio. I hope it's okay. I've got a microphone right here. But it looks like it's the technology we're given. Speaking of the technology we're given, just as a heads up, I have been seeing things which is so reminiscent of this time last year. Oh, you know what? And I might have screwed up stuff too. Let me double check. I just realized this. Thank you for saying this. Let me just double check. Sound. Okay. Input. Height mic. Okay, that should work. That should work. Reminiscent of this time last year. This time last year, I was out of the country. Thank God I didn't get as sick as I am now when I was overseas. Like, we literally were on one trip and they had one day to do our laundry and we were on another. There's rumors that TikTok is changing, or there's facts that TikTok is changing. I don't quite know how that's going to kind of shake down for what I do, but I'll keep you posted. And the good thing is we all know how to reach each other through email and through YouTube. So if TikTok suddenly becomes a place we don't want to hang around anymore, we've created a nice little nest, a nice little community here, and we can encourage not only people to come over from TikTok, but maybe new YouTubers. People who only do YouTube will find us too. And here's the funny thing, Marietta, I don't know if you were on and came back on because you just said you got a blowout for your hair because I felt like life was shitty. I am blessed with a good hairdresser because, man, this is my bed head for today. I mean, granted, in the back, it's probably all flat. You can probably even see that right there since I've been laying against a pillow. But that's something I will feel good about today, is that even though I was feeling crappy and I've been in bed kind of just recovering, but man, am I psyched that my hair looks pretty good for this whole situation. So yeah, and it's good to see people reconnecting and reconnecting. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. As Captain and Tennille once said, love will keep us together. Okay? So making sure you're okay, making sure your neighbors are okay. And we're kind of like neighbors here. We're like pen pals. We all live in different states. We all have a lot of stuff not in common, probably, but I think we have more in common than we have in common. Marietta, if you did a declutter party tomorrow on Friday, I would come, and I so appreciate that. And honestly, if I felt good enough, I would offer one. But I'll throw that out to you guys. Feel free to do a declutter party without me. Get together with each other. Many of you are on the pen pal group, so you know how to get in touch with each other via email. Even right now, you could probably go offline. I don't know how you could, do that except in the chat. I don't have the bandwidth to figure out those logistics. I will not be doing. I will be so psyched if I can be sitting upright more tomorrow. But I am still going to be laying low for my own health because I want to make sure I feel okay before I just start jumping into everything. But that isn't to say you can't do it yourselves. Even one other person. I've had legitimate declutter parties, the real ones, and sometimes only one other person has showed up, but sometimes that's all you need is just that other person to be kind of connected with over the airwaves, to have some accountability and some friendship and some encouragement and some focus. So Marietta, or anybody else who wants to do a declutter party. I will tell you that there is a TikTok. There's no YouTube yet tomorrow because I had already kind of planned that because we were going late tonight. There's a TikTok happening tomorrow that I have to be, I am planning on doing. And then I've got a TikTok and a YouTube kind of back to back on Friday. It is my hope that I will feel good enough to do both of those. It is my real hope too that next week I'll just be back to normal. Okay. Yeah, and honestly, I think Carla Jane's talking about running a Zoom call. So if anybody knows how to run a Zoom call, they're wicked easy. They're wicked easy. But if you know how to do it already and you want to try out a declutter party, please go for it. I'm not proprietary in that way. Okay. Um, Pretend you have a declutter party. Put on one of my videos and set a timer for 20 minutes and try that yourself. Play around with it. The format's not structured. There we go. Laura Voorhees says, I lived on Zoom as a teacher during COVID. And the neat thing is, Laura, I bet you could even, because I did this once with people, but I won't be up for it tomorrow. You could say, anybody want to learn how to, or have a refresher course on how to do a Zoom? And I'm not putting you on the spot, Laura. I'm totally not. But I'm just saying, people who know how to do Zooms, if you want to teach your fellow people, you could do that too if you want. I want to empower you to do stuff when I'm not around, because sometimes I'm not for good reasons, like I'm traveling, doing fun stuff, because I still have more travel planned, you guys. But sometimes I'm not around because life happens. And as my clients know, I am super flexible about that with my clients. And in turn, my clients are super flexible with me when I am uncharacteristically not feeling well. So much so that I'm showing up in my bathrobe. Yeah. We could share Zoom links through our pen pal list. That could be a thing. Yeah. Yep. And how about this? People on the pen pal group, let's figure out a better way. Like we have a good start to it, but I want to find an easier, more organic way. And I'm thinking, Laura Voorhees, you mentioned today, and I'm going to write this down, kind of like a shareable Google Doc, or an editable. I'm writing it down slowly. That we could add people to, or you could go in so it's always updated and you don't have like a fixed version of it. That could be a thing. But being connected, especially during these tough times, is really, I know, what's going to get us through. Because when you're alone, when you feel like you're alone, I will be honest with you, not feeling well, I felt so blessed that my husband is around and he works from home. Because if I had to go out to the store and buy myself a banana and cut the banana and eat the banana and then, make my toast and get out of bed, there were times when it was like I didn't want to even do that. And knowing me, it really would have taken me a lot of extra strength to do that. So yes, like good old Fred Rogers says, won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please, won't you be my neighbor? Yeah. Right. Okay. So Laura, that's good to know. And what a dedication you were to type everybody else's address one by one. We'll work on it though. Remind me of that when I'm feeling better. Don't let me forget it. I will also write it down and we can experiment. We can try out things like that, Yeah. And as Carla Jane says, when you feel isolated, you begin to feel defeated, then you feel depressed, then you feel so let down. So notice then, again, this is me going into coaching mode, the opposite. If isolation equals all these crappy things, maybe if I get reconnected, that I could do something different. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to show up tonight, even for this short half-hour YouTube Live, is because it feels good to me. It energizes me to reconnect with you guys. Now, I probably will, right after this, go back in and watch another episode of Masterpiece Theater, but I'll also get some sleep. And sleep and water and rest is going to be the best stuff. Yeah, got to get back to life and living. Yeah. And, sometimes it takes a while. And it's okay, but it's good to be back with your fam, as they say, or the crew, or the club, as it were, right? This is also a shout out, Judy Dukes. I was thinking of you tonight because this is my habit tracker. So this is me, and I knew I wasn't going to be around for a while because I was going to be, away. So I put some lines in it. And then as I was sitting here waiting for the YouTube to start, I was like, I'm putting a line through yesterday and today, because I ain't getting none of this stuff done. I'll be lucky if I drink one thing of water, which I technically have done. But I'm going to be okay with what little I got. That does remind me to brush my teeth because it's been a rough one. So take it easy on yourself. Isn't that a song by Burt Bacharach? I think it is. Take it easy on yourself. Don't run roughshod over yourself. Take it easy on yourself. Forgive yourself your trespasses, as it were. And that's very cute. I just looked at my phone and I have a text from a cousin of mine in Florida that we've gotten to know each other. Frankly, we got to know each other at my dad's funeral. We hadn't seen them for decades because they had moved from Massachusetts. But I digress. But yeah, maintaining connection with people. Do you remember? I don't know how COVID was with you, but I ended up reaching out to people that I hadn't seen in a long time just to make sure they were okay, just to make sure that they knew I was thinking of them. And that helped me, and I would like to think it helped them too. So take care of yourself, take care of each other. That's kind of how my husband tends to end a lot of his lives. But taking care of yourself and taking care of each other is the way we're going to get through our decluttering, whatever's going on in our lives immediately, and in the ripple effect of what's going on in our country and on, in the global sphere. So kind of crazy. All right. Now, LOXQ4I, R2D2 says, I have a high interior crawl space. Okay, 55 inch up. Want an easy access shelving for binders and boxes. Huh. It feels complicated but doable. You know what? This is what I'll offer. And I can't do measurements right now in my head because I'm feeling kind of muzzy headed, as they say. I would literally, what you just typed there, I would copy and paste that into Google, because Google has its own version of AI right now, and see what comes up. Its search engine may have some ideas, you know. And so if you want a thought, that's me being honest about, I don't know if I could, I can't quite picture it because my head is full of wool. But noticing that you gave some good details. Interior crawl space, you have the dimensions, easy access for the shelving, and specifically for binders and boxes, and it's probably bankers boxes, and binders are a standard size. And so I would offer, use AI, use a little chat GPT, that might help. Okay. Take pictures of it, you know, and yay, maybe that will help, you know? So wonderful stuff. Yeah. It is time for me to get to bed. It is, Carla Jane, you know it. I'll hang on. I'm going to pride myself in hanging on for the next 2 minutes. So, how do we want to spend these next 2 minutes? You know? Yes, and I love it. And Therapy Gal Sue notices I use the Google AI a lot. I use the voice and just ask, I love it, stumbly, bumbly questions. Yes, and notice that it doesn't really matter in a way. It can be really cool as long as you include certain specifics, certain keywords, as it were, that it doesn't matter that it's grammatically incorrect because it's just a machine. But you can stumble and bumble through stuff and then get some answers, and then you can get clarifying. No, I meant this, or yes, and but more of this. So I love that. I love that. And thank you for giving me the idea or the term stumbly bumbly. I love that. I love that. Actually, I want to say it was a sports guy in Boston. I think it was Red Auerbach. I think he had something to do with the Celtics, but I remember seeing on TV and he was like, oh, stumbling and bumbling, like he would talk about, you know? Yes. Okay. Yes. Respect your crown on down. I will, Laura Voorhees. I am optimistic that I will show up for tomorrow's TikTok live. It may not be a full hour. It may be. I'm gonna allow myself to do it as I feel good. Yeah. But Yes, and here's the good deal, Carla Jane. This was for you and it was for me. Because I don't want to feel so sick that I can't do this, but what I did was I chunked it down. And that's why this chunk is only half as long as it normally would be, but I'm feeling good about what I did. And thank you for being here so I could do this and feel better than I did when I signed off of the TikTok live. So progress is being made. All right. So wonderful to hang out with you guys, even for just a short bit. I look forward to seeing you on TikTok tomorrow. It really meant a lot to connect up tonight. And I'm off to Masterpiece Theater. All righty. Bye bye.